We're going to go at night kiwi spotting in a mountain nearby Whakatane. This is going to be epic! Previously, on day 282, part 1, we went to kayak in the beautiful Ohiwa Harbour. We showed you the amazing mangrove lying beneath the water and the stunning Puhutakawa tree lying the shore of the beach. It was absolutely amazing, and if you guys don't want to miss anything, make sure to subscribe. But we are already moving on to the part 2 of our day, when we are joining the awesome team from the Whakatane Kiwi Trust for a night tour in a local forest in the hope to find the elusive yet iconic kiwi bird. So guys, what do you think are our chances to see a kiwi bird tonight?
To see a kiwi bird, probably about, I'd say 30%.
What about you?
I'd say more like 15.
We join our two guides, Bridget and Russell from the Whakatane Kiwi Trust, and they tell us more about the habits of the local kiwi.
There's lots of pairs of kiwi in this place. And the good thing is they come out and call. They're territorial, so if they start calling, once the sun goes down and it gets dark, they'll start emerging from the burrows. They don't cohabit as much, males and females as well, so they'll call to say, where are you? And find out where their partner is as well.
But Russell, the insect guy at the Whakatane Kiwi Trust, is quickly distracted by a bunch of massive tree wetas as well as heaps of spiders. There's really a ton of insect life at night in the New Zealand forest, and we are in prime place to see heaps of awesome specimens. We are currently looking at some really unique spiders, which are sheet web spiders because they make really complex spider webs which almost look like sheets. Alongside the walk, we see a ton of other different spiders along the way, but honestly I can't remember the name of all of them. The one I know though is the weta. That's not a spider, that's a massive cricket which is actually really big, and Russell loves to play with them. This insect crawling on my arm is not one of the biggest wetas that you can find in New Zealand. In fact, New Zealand is home to the heaviest insect in the world, which is the giant weta.
I can't believe that after 282 days, this is the first time that Robin and I are taking a walk through New Zealand forests at night. And they are so alive when the sun goes down. Not only are we actually hearing the calls of kiwi birds in the forest around us, we're also hearing the native owl, which is the ruru, otherwise known as the morpork. And of course, the forest is alive with insects. New Zealand's more known for its birds and maybe its marine mammals, but we had no idea that there were so many insects.
She's wrapping up like a burrito and taking it away.
As you can tell, we are having way too much fun observing the night crawlers around the forest.
We are really having a lot of fun exploring the Ohope Scenic Reserve, which is a place that you can access in Ohope even during the day. It's completely free of charge and it's only a short drive away from Whakatane. But those night tours are run by the Whakatane Kiwi Trust, and they share their insights every single Friday evening in April, May and June, and it's totally worth joining them. It's absolutely amazing how much interaction we get to have with all those really creepy insects. Usually you see an insect, you're like, ew, and you don't touch it, but because our guides know how they behave, they give us plenty of fun exercise to do with them, like you saw this weta crawling on my arm, or this spider wrapping another spider into a burrito, or even just trying to get a spider to attack one of the pieces of leaf. But we also spot some undesirable inhabitants of these forests. So that's really rare to see possums like that here.
It is. You don't often see them hit by cars on the road around here, and we haven't done possum control using poison for the last 5 years because there are so few in here we haven't needed to. So we obviously need to get that one.
Although possums look cute and fluffy, they are actually considered a pest in New Zealand because they eat all the native vegetation and pretty much destroy the environment that native wildlife relies on. And it's for that reason that the Whakatane Kiwi Trust exists, so they can do pest control and keep these forests free from possums. Moving on now, Bridget is on the trail of a pair of kiwi birds which she has found on her radio tracking device. And we can also hear them deep in the forest as well, which takes us a little off track, and we get closer and closer to those rustling noises of the kiwi birds. They also have another trick to play recordings of kiwi calls. after about 15 minutes of following the calls of the kiwi birds through the bush, we eventually lose track of them. But nevertheless, there's still plenty of more wildlife to be found in New Zealand forests, like this huge centipede.
If you're a little bit iffy about getting off track at night, I understand, and I wouldn't do it either. We only do that because we are with such an amazing bunch of guides. If you are doing that on your own though, the Fairbrother Loop Track in the Ohope Scenic Reserve has heaps of little signs along the way that help you do a self-guided tour around the area even at night. But make sure you bring your torches. Well, guys are taking us now really at the bottom of the forest. In fact, we are down the stream because we are looking for some more local wildlife, and those are the eels. We've shown you eels so often here in New Zealand. They are called tuna in Maui and were part of their food diet when they came here because, well, there was not that many sources of proteins. So we're crawling our way outside of the forest. It actually took us quite a few hours to make all our loop around this night tour, and it was really awesome way to get to see New Zealand forest like never before. We saw so many species we didn't even know existed. Sadly, no kiwi bird tonight.
Wow, look at that, I found you the kiwi bird.
After about 20 to 30 minutes, we realized that kiwi bird just ain't coming. So we call it a night on the kiwi birds. We definitely heard quite a few out there, but we didn't see any tonight. And that's just how elusive those little kiwi birds are.